how many people have 2 feet and don't do anything?
There's a lot.
That's what's crazy. And that's where, like, that's something that I hope this really inspires a lot of people out there, whether you got 1 leg, 2 leg, paralyzed, not paralyzed, something out, missing an arm, leg, whatever, blind. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're going through. Danny's also said it a couple times in this, everyone's got their demons. It's not just people with amputations, right? We all have our things. But, like, if you don't do anything with your life or better yourself in any way, shape, or form, you're going to be miserable. And a lot of people are dealing with depression and mental health issues these days. Yeah. But it's because they're going to work, going home, and doing nothing, sitting on a couch and watching TV and eating and not taking care of their body or doing anything to exert themselves. Like, our bodies were meant to be used.
Absolutely.
Right? And we should be perfect examples of that. Like, they're meant to be used. No matter what happens to them, you can still use them and move forward and do whatever you want to do if you push yourself to do it.
Right.
And so, like, that's so excited to have Ira here and talking about this, because it's a perfect example, just like myself, not to give myself props or anything. But
dude, I give you props more than I give myself props.
Well, it's perspective, right? But we have our things, and we talk about it all the time, but we still show up, and we'll talk about what we're struggling with. You know, when we see each other at POA, we'll sit down, we'll talk for 5 minutes about it. But then we also talk about what we've been doing, right?
Right.
And so, like, that's what's really cool is I think it's something that a lot of people need the mentality of, whether you have 2 legs, 1 leg and paralyzed, 2 legs and perfectly fine, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you're going through. You have to do something with your life. And if you don't, you're going to struggle with mental health issues. You're going to struggle with depression because you're not using your body or living your life. Like, these things are important. They're not just sports to go out and do something. It's not just the gym to go get ripped and look good and be able to flex. You know what I mean? It's good for your body, your brain, for everything. And you should never have an excuse that you're not doing something. Right. Because people like us would love to have your legs. And your spine. I'll take your spine if you want to donate it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, and, you know, that's why these podcasts, you know, whether it's, you know, or IG, YouTube, whatever it is, they're so important, you know. A lot of people, you know, for instance, it was 11 years old when you lost your leg, right?
Yep.
And you lived in a small town. You was the only amputee there, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have anybody to go and say, how did you overcome this?
Yeah.
Right? How are you feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Nowadays with social media and stuff and podcasts, you have people like yourself that can reach out to people and say, hey, I went through that. Yeah. You know, we didn't have that when we were kids. We didn't have social media,
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why these episodes, you know, they're so important to reach out to people, you know, because there is somebody right now today that just woke up from a surgery without a foot.
Yeah.
Today, right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, man.
And they could chills, man. Hopefully watch this podcast and be like, oh, man. Like,
I can do it, too.
I can do it, too.
Yeah. I know that that's the advantage I had. When I went through my accident, I was 22. It was 2016. We had social media. Yeah. First thing I did, jumped on and tried to find people that were paralyzed doing things, right? The amputation is kind of like a little bit different for me because my paralysis takes priority. But, like, for me, going on and being able to find this guy named Chair Slayer who was out drifting without the use of his legs was like, oh, I can be in cars. Now I'm the world's fastest paraplegic because I chose to do it and saw other people doing it. Nice. And so, like, I have what I have, well, thanks to the big man upstairs, but also because I got to see other people doing it successfully, right? In some sense, to see that, like, okay, like, the doctors are wrong. I am going to do this, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And so, yeah, I agree. To be able to show that, like, you can do whatever you want. If this man's squatting 200 plus on a nub the size of a quarter and rolling around with people like Danny and everyone else,
200
and
plus.
like,
you know, there's this guy. I won't say his name just because maybe he doesn't want to be known or whatever. Well, he's all over social media though, but he's you know, he's a world champion in jiu-jitsu. Right, from like white belt to brown belt, and he just got his black belt being paralyzed, right? He got injured training, right? I guess he broke his neck. Yeah. So here goes the guy who travels to compete. He's like so into jiu-jitsu, right? And all of a sudden his life changed doing what he loves, right?
Yeah.
It gets you a little emotional, right? Doing what he loves, and then I've been watching him the past year or two, and with the community where everybody from jiu-jitsu, martial arts is so important, and your community, right? And all his friends and even people that don't know him but follow him, it gave him, it inspired him to keep being the athlete that he is. So it's not jiu-jitsu, right? Because he can't do it, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to where you're saying excuses and then reality, right?
Yeah.
His reality is he can't do it no more,
Yeah.
right? But what he did, now he's racing in the wheelchairs.
That's sick.
He's racing.
Yeah, found something he can do.
Exactly. He can still use his arms, so now he's racing
Yep.
in wheelchairs. And
you don't just give up.
because he's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm an athlete. This is what I'm gonna do. So okay, I can't do jiu-jitsu, but I can do something else, right?
Yeah.
And it goes back again, like I said, excuses and reality. Yeah. Sometimes you can't do it. No matter what you do, you can't do it.
Yeah.
No matter how many times people try to make you feel the same, you just can't do that one thing. But it doesn't mean you can't do something else.
Yep.
Right? And to see that, it's like, man, and see yourself too, man. I play golf with you every week.
Yeah. Can't walk, but I can golf. I found myself.
Yeah, but I look at you like, like I'm trying to learn how to golf, how to swing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just because you swing different doesn't mean I don't get anything from you, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I get from you, right? Number one, the confidence, knowing that you're gonna hit that ball and it's gonna go where it's gonna go.
Yep.
That's my disability. The fact that I approach that ball and I tell myself right away, I'm gonna miss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slice.
You don't have the confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
But the confidence to see you go to that ball, do what you have to do to keep balance, and then you're gonna hit the ball. Yeah. It's gonna land on the green. You know it. You tell me. You tell me.
Yeah.
It's gonna go to the right. It's gonna come down.
Yep.
And do it. And I get that from you. I might not be able to get your movements.
Yeah.
But that confidence alone, and it's just inspiring, man.
Nice.
And this might sound a little weird, but I'm fortunate to have different type of friends, right?
Yeah.
Friends that can and friends that can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see both sides.
Yeah, you see both sides, and it helps me. It helps me a lot every day. It helps me. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I get that because it may sound weird coming from me, but like I find that same inspiration in people all the time, like literally all the time, just watching people do their thing, right? It's just I think it depends on what you're looking for, right? Some people don't appreciate what's around them, right? Some people may be in a position like yours and don't appreciate having friends that can show them, that they can be thankful for what they have, right? And like in the same sense, for me to be able to understand that I gotta be thankful for what I have because of just what you just said right there, man. And like the constant reminders that like I'm blessed to be able to be sitting here with you guys and having a conversation and be alive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
And also like I'm sorry to cut you off,
you're
but
good, man.
I remember last week or 2 weeks ago I asked you which division are you gonna play in the US Open, right?
Yeah.
And you said the sit down division, right? And I'm like, so you get to sit down, right? Because you're saying also it's easier for them sitting down, right? Because you have to catch your balance, right?
It's a lot easier.
And you're like, I'm not sitting down.
No. Yeah.
And that, I mean,
yeah, it's something that the fact that I can do it, let me tell you now I'm gonna get emotional about this one. The amount of people that told me that I would never golf again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The amount and the pain that I go through in every single swing to stand up and hit that ball, man, I appreciate that more than anything in this life. Other than my daughter and my family and my faith. But like what I get to do in my life, that is something that like so I'm always gonna stand up and do the most that I can possibly do, because the second that you get that slack, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. The second you get that slack from someone, or whether my dad gives it to me or you give it to me, like, it's, you can't have that. So I'm gonna push until the day I can't push anymore, And they still tell me, Alex, my trainer, tells me to stop golfing, and every time I go see a spine doctor, they tell me to stop golfing because I'm cracking my spine and stuff. But like, it's just, no excuses. If I can do it, I'm gonna do it until I can't. Yeah. So, and we're doing it this year, and then you're competing this year. Yeah. So
it's big things happening this year, man.
I mean,
big things happening.
Even with jiu-jitsu, and I know Gary, our professor, said this yesterday. He's like, and people, say this all the time. Also, they're like, "Oh, jiu-jitsu is a gentle art." No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not the gentle art. You might think. You might. People might say that. No. You're getting your limbs tore apart.
Yeah, by strong men.
By strong men. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm 150 pounds. I roll with guys like Danny that's like 200 plus, and it's not easy.
Yeah, they're trying to find your weaknesses and exploit that.
And I'm telling you, I do not turn not a notch down for him. I don't.
No.
As hard as I go with somebody who's bigger and better.
Why would you?
I still go.
Yeah.
And he gives me and that's the thing. It's just as difficult to roll with him.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not talking about his little hacks that he has. I'm talking about his strength.
Yeah.
His will to win. Like, it's just as difficult as anybody else. It's nothing different.
Yep.
It's nothing different.
Exactly. Again, perception too.
Playing golf with you is nothing different.
Yeah. A little bit different, but
no,
you get
man.
to drive up to the greens and the tee boxes, man.
Hey, use that cart, buddy, as much as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Danny's absolutely right. Absolutely right. There's not a difference. You got to look at the person. Right.
Yeah.
So, which is, I think, really cool. Also, that's why I love the fact that I brought Danny here to be involved in this, because having that perspective is important. Because I think when you're an amputee, like, it's not like you're a different person, but like you think differently a lot of times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So to hear that perspective that, like, yeah, no one else is thinking the way that you're probably thinking they're thinking about you when you go in there. Right. Or like whatever the case may be, because I know that you have, like we talked about earlier, you have to have those thoughts, right? Just like I do. So to hear it from someone that's in there doing it with you all the time, knowing that no one's looking, no one's caring. You're just Ira that's out there just as strong. And even trickier, because now you got to be careful about that right foot.
Yeah.
So
you got to home.
I love
and
that.
Then when I do remember he's missing a foot, I hide it.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't ever let up, man. Don't make it easy on him. Man.